Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day out. It's a little windy. Sorry for the audio. We're still not professionals yet.
Yeah, it's 25 degrees though. It is hot today. We talked in our last video about our plans for the backyard. Last weekend we put electric fence around our garden area and reinforced our pig pen, which very happy we did that. Next project on the list is moving the goats. So we were debating what we were going to put the goats in, what kind of structure we were going to do for them, but we did know someone who was getting rid of a, what would you call that?
It's like a shed. Well, it was their goat structure, but it's basically a shed.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like an 8x10 shed.
Yeah,
with a door.
Wooden shed, yeah. So we were like, well, they're giving it away for free. We might as well take it.
Yeah,
so
you can actually see it on the trailer behind us.
This morning we went over there and we took it down. Well, Jeff took it down. I didn't take it down.
It's pretty easy. It wasn't so bad. We tried to make it in the minimal amount of sections and pieces as possible, so when I go to put it back together, I don't have to do as much work. But as you can see, we have the walls, the floor, and everything, the roof in sections. It's going to be a bit of a challenge putting it back together. Not so much the walls and the floor, but the roof, because the section that I left together, they're shingled.
Heavy.
And yeah, they're a little bit heavy, so we'll get it done though.
So we're going to be putting the goat structure up today, and we are doing electric fence around the goats. And last time when we did the garden, we used poly. This time we are using tape. It's bigger. Hopefully the goats can see it better. I guess we should get to it.
We should.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
let's
do
get
that.
started. Yes, it was very heavy.
It was incredibly heavy. Putting the walls up and stuff and the outside was like, it was okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like putting up a modular home or something from IKEA.
Sure, yeah, something from IKEA.
It is very hot out. It's time for a bit of a break in the shade.
Yeah, it's incredibly hot. That roof was very heavy. It is standing. I'm very happy. What do we have left to do on here?
I still have to do the ridge cap. When we took it apart, I had to rip the ridge cap off, so I'll have to fix that. We have a bunch of shingles in the garage from when we did the coop, luckily, so we'll just repurpose those.
Yep.
And then I think that's about it.
Oh, well, the rest of the trim that you gotta put on.
Yeah, sorry, the batten has to go on, and then still do the fence.
Yeah, I mean, but this will be done once you put the few shingles on and put the little pieces of wood back on. Yeah. This part itself will be done.
Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much done. It looks good. We just set it on some big rocks that we have, some limestone, and it's actually pretty solid on there.
It seemed pretty level, yeah, when we set it up.
It gets really wet back here, so it's good that it's up off the ground about 6 inches anyway, so that's good.
But we are going to remedy the wetness later on this season because we are going to dig a pond and move our ducks.
We're going to attempt to dig a pond.
We are going to attempt to dig a pond, but we will be moving our ducks. The main thing right now is just that this thing is standing, and then we are charging the solar panel for the electric fence, a new one that we have, and we are going to be putting up the electric fence. We are getting some straw later this evening because we are out, and then we could probably move them tomorrow.
Yeah, if we get it all finished and buttoned up.
Yeah, buttoned up, yeah. We'll button it up.
Button her up.
Before we button anything up though, I need to eat something because I'm so hungry.
All right, well, let's go eat.
Yeah, let's do that. No, it's Emma's turn. This morning we got all of our T-posts in. Well, I say we. Jeff went around and put all of our T-posts in, and then I went around and put on the insulators. We're gonna do 2 rows of tape on the bottom. We're gonna do 1 row of poly on the top, which is the same stuff we had left over from when we did the electric fence around the garden, which most certainly works because Stella ran into it today.
Before I was testing the fence, I had my rubber boots on. I will admit that I was like, oh, I'm not sure how strong the shock is, and I never did get an electric fence tester to see how many volts are coming out, and let me tell you, it works. I tried it barefoot. Not a good idea. I got zapped pretty good, so.
I don't know why you did that.
I wanted to be sure that it worked, so it works really good.
So we just have to, what do we have to do? We have to string up the tape and the poly, and then we have to move the feeders over.
Yep.
And then I gotta put some bedding in there. So a few more things to do still. It's probably another couple hours of things to do.
Yep.
And then move the goats over. We're definitely moving them over today though. Oh, I should mention, in our last video, I said that I couldn't find the queen and I was concerned about that.
Right, yeah.
And all these things, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I put a pollen patty in there, and I did put a sugar water feeder in there. And I went back and checked 3 days later, and the first frame I pulled out, we had a queen. Queen was there.
Hallelujah.
Yes, the queen was there, and they were already making honey. They are out of control today. They are everywhere right now, so we're trying to stay far away from that because they're a little bit wild right now. And then later this week, it's supposed to be kind of crummy again, so I will open it back up when they're not so hyper, and I'm going to check and see if she is laying and what the honey's looking like in there, and see if they touch that pollen patty. But yes, did want to update that we do have a queen, and no need to panic.
All is well.
No need to panic.
Yeah.
For myself. Okay.
Let's continue.
Yes, let's get this finished. Chester can get under this bottom row, we'll probably get him on the back, won't it?
Oh, yeah. I was already thinking about that earlier today. But... I think they were sitting up a bit. I haven't done one, so I'm sure. Yep.
Yep.
What did you do too?
Yeah.
Stay for it, So I still have to connect the grounds to our 2 ground rods, and then I also have to connect to the solar charger as well. And then we'll turn it on and try it out. All right, so it's done. We are connected, the ground's connected to the ground rods, the hot is connected to the tape, and I'm gonna turn it on, see what happens. All right, dear, I'm gonna need you to touch this.
I won't.
Oh yeah, that works. That works. That feels the exact same as the other one, so I guarantee if I was barefoot...
Yeah, you should take your boots off and try it.
No, I think we're good. I think we're just gonna let the goats test that out.
Okay, let's move them over.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yay! Very exciting. He doesn't like that.
He's doing great.
He does not. He does not like that. Come on. Come on. Vinny, come on. Okay, come on. Ooh.
Come on, Vinny. There you go.
One. Oh, you gonna touch the set? Oh, oh.
No, not that way.
Oh.
Yeah, because I didn't want to let it go. Vinny's slowly making his way. He didn't want to be too far away from his ladies, so. And Penny likes it. She's eating. Oh, Carmen's eating now too.
Simon just walked right out. Here, I'll get it, I'll get it. Not that they need this little craft here, but...
I hope it just gives me an idea. Well, if it was over here, the funnel would What a
Cluster. Yeah,
That was
a
yeah.
cluster, yeah.
They're in there.
They're in there, and I definitely thought when he ran towards the fence and got shocked on his face that he was going to stop, but he said, absolutely not. I'm going home.
I think that's our fault, because when he got shocked and got spooked, he wanted to run back to where he knew was familiar instead of turning back in towards the fenced-in area. So
yeah, he did try and run home.
So we're gonna leave them in there overnight for sure. Hopefully
Yes.
they get a little bit more accustomed to it, and then we'll try and let them out in the morning, and then see what happens, I guess.
We had a different chicken coop originally before this nice red one that we have, and when we moved the chickens from the old one into the new one that they're in now, it was the same thing. They were trying to go back, they were jumping over the fence, they were running away, they would not stay at the new one, and it took a while actually before they got used to being there. It was mostly just the food and water that kept them coming back to know that this is where they're
So we're gonna try the same approach, just keep feeding them inside this new coop, goat shack.
the goat hut.
Goat hut.
The goat hut, yeah.
Well, that's probably a wrap on day 2. We got the fence done, we're happy with it. It does work. Vinny did get shocked, so
He got shocked and he jumped away from the fence, but then decided to run through it.
yeah, unfortunately.
Well, the dogs weren't helping that situation.
I'm sure it'll be fine. We just need to give him a couple days to get adjusted to the new setup. Yeah, last weekend was the garden fence, the pig fence. This weekend was the goat move.
Yeah.
And next weekend we have some more stuff going on.
Next weekend is either dig a pond and move the ducks, or we need a tractor for our meat birds because our meat birds got to get moved.
Yeah, so next weekend will be meat bird tractor.
Yeah, meat birds next
So
weekend.
stay tuned for that and watch me attempt to build my very first meat bird tractor.
Yes, we're gonna do that because you better get good at it because we have another round of meat birds and turkeys coming in June. So that's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching again.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, we will.
Bye
Goodbye.
for now. Super safe.